Even though Dragon Ball Daima officially ended its run last week, we actually have some new reviews and updates concerning the characters and the medium. From new gameplay footage of Super Saiyan 3 Mini Goku and King Gomah, to new Super Saiyan 4 Adult Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta figures, to us getting a new interview soon regarding Super Saiyan 4, to even further discussing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's upcoming Daima DLC. Let's get straight into the updates. For the first one, let's look at what Super Saiyan 3 Mini Goku and King Gomah look like in the game Dragon Ball Super Divers.
Dragon Ball Daima からもスーパーサイヤ人3になった悟空ミニとゴマがゴッドレアで登場。3段のゴッドレアは
Obviously, not really much. They only really showed a special move or so from Goku and King Gomah, and Goku's special is just a typical Kamehameha thing, nothing really dynamic or so. Dragon Ball Super Divers is just one of those games that apparently it's still in Japan. It's gonna always be exclusive to Japan. It's supposed to be the successor to Heroes, but a lot of people don't really jive with Super Divers. Still, I guess even though the footage shown is very small, it does give us a look at what both characters look like in video game format. Anyway, let's move on to the next piece of info. According to Baggy Saiyan, Super Saiyan 4 Adult Goku Daima and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, or Ultra Vegeta 1, depending on how you call it, will be released in July in Japan. So yep, we have our very first figurines of these characters in adult form, and well, they actually don't look bad, you know. Super Saiyan 4 Goku looks very nice. I don't know if a lot of the audience that I have really cares about figures. In fact, for me, even me, I don't really buy these things as a hobby, but there are people who enjoy this, like this person. So I'm sure that there's someone in my subscriber base or someone new who wants to eventually purchase these. So I'm sure there are going to be more updates and so regarding that. Regarding the models themselves or how they looks good to me. Don't really have any issues with them. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta or Ultra Vegeta 1 looks nice. Goku looks nice. So yep, late July is when we're going to get them, or when they will be available for purchase. And then we have this, which is very interesting. A user by the name of Lewis M says that Friday, I will be in Asia with friends KawaiiDB and SofianLeeGeek to meet Katsuyoshi Nakatsuru. An interview is planned, and I hope we will learn about Daima's production, Super Saiyan 4, and future plans for the license. Now, as for who this Katsuyoshi guy is, well, upon doing a Google search, apparently he is a Japanese animator and character designer who worked on Dragon Ball Daima and previous animes. Here he says it's known for designing the characters for Dragon Ball Daima, or at least maybe some of them, served as the chief animation director for episodes 1 through 20 of Dragon Ball Daima, served as the animation director for the opening and ending sequences of Dragon Ball Daima, designed animation characters, and performed key animation for the ending sequence of episode 1 of Dragon Ball Daima. So he's up there in terms of importance for the series. So the fact that they're having an interview with him is very nice because, well, we might find out some pretty cool information. Before I keep talking about that, one of the people that's gonna be at the interview is a person called SofianLeeGeek, who has a very decent sized channel. I remember this guy because he was the one who, along with someone else, did an interview with Junfer Tarani regarding Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and well, I see no reason to doubt him. So obviously he and those two other people will be having an interview with this person, and I think it's a positive because we could probably learn more about the form, maybe some history details or other information that we didn't learn in the Dragon Ball Daima anime. Because let's be real here, the Dragon Ball Daima anime didn't really provide a lot of details for it. Now, will it have like a bunch of information? Are they promising that? But at least it's promising because we could find out some information that we hadn't known before. Personally, I expect the interview to come maybe either sometime this Friday, or maybe during the weekend, or maybe even next week. It just really depends on how they structure their interview. Because even if these guys interview that individual, Katsuyoshi, they could schedule it for publish days or put it exclusively in a video, you know, for monetization, or they could just put it on X, that's Twitter. I guess we'll see, but yes, that's something to look forward to. And then we have the subject of Dragon Ball Daima and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So, as you all know, the trailer for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the DLC one for Daima, came out last week, and well, it looked really good, I admit. I think it looks like a very promising game, or DLC. I think that they have a very good chance of hitting the ballpark here, but there are some complications or things that people found weird, and I can see the reason, and as well because, well, for one, they announced the season pass and they have it for sale right now for like around more than $30, $35. But the thing is, like, the first pack is apparently going to come between July to September 2025. We are in March right now. That is crazy. So that means that the latest we can have DLC 1 will be in a few months from. So that's like what? That could be like 6 months from now at the latest. And at the earliest, we could have it in July. That's kind of crazy. And what makes matters even more hilarious is the fact that DLC 2 is set to come out sometime next year, between January to March 2026. I don't really know what's going on here. It's like, it makes me wonder, is this a Shueisha or whoever thing, or could this be like because CC2, CyberConnect 2 has a lot of projects and they can't really get it done in time? Because like 5 to 6 months for the part 1 of the DLC, which doesn't even include Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in the versus Tamagami 2, is very odd. Like, why would it take that much months? I mean, I don't know. Maybe if we get a lot of story content or off story content, like bonuses or side quests, then I can kind of like forgive that, or at least I could kind of understand. But then for part 2, it's like, it's not gonna come until January to March. I guess I'm a bit conflicted because, to be honest, CC2 is a company that I actually like when it comes to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLCs. Way better than their story DLCs, way better than anything for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero story. So, to be honest, it's looking interesting, but it's gonna be a long wait. I don't know what's going on. Am I unhappy? A little bit, but is it the worst thing in the world? No, especially because of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and its potential to have Daima-related story DLCs. Overall, with Dragon Ball Daima finally ending and Super Saiyan 4 being a thing in canon media, this gives us hope for a lot of these characters to be in all of the games, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Dragon Ball Legends, etc. very soon. But yeah, let me know what you think of the news. Be sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all next time.